on the run. Now, see, you still haven't sent me a shortened one, and I haven't bothered to cut it myself. So
you don't need a shortened one. You're supposed to start talking. The music goes down. You've got a bed underneath you. It runs for a little bit. You don't need it short.
However, after 49 seconds, the volume goes back up, and it just does more song.
That is the second part. That's the ending. I sent you both of them in one clip, and you put that in. It's my bad.
I haven't. No,
I'll fix that. Do you know how long that will take me to fix?
No, I just haven't clipped it.
It will take me.
Good morning, everybody.
To find the clip.
Yeah, it's all right.
I don't know where it's at.
Don't bother. Don't
I'll
bother.
find it.
Good morning, folks. I'm Jason. That's Deacon. We are your Internet Dads, Internet Dad Show, Monday through Friday, rumble.com/Internet Dads. We meet here and we talk about whatever's in the news, or maybe things that are not in the news, or sometimes we may even break the news, which is, like, it's not very likely that that's happened. But it has happened before. What's going on today, Deke?
Oh, I see what I did. I messed up. Nothing. What's going on, dude? News.
I can tell you I learned something today. I learned something that is going to be of no use to anybody but me. Almost anybody but me. See, I'm a developer. And I write code, and I write. The last couple of days it's been in C++, and I've been like fixing stuff. But if you're a developer, you probably know a whole bunch of different languages, like because
Spanish,
largely,
no, British English and Chinese, Mandarin, like that.
No, like C, C++, C#, JavaScript,
my bad,
TypeScript,
right.
And in for the last 6 months or whatever, I've been working in JavaScript. I've been working mostly in JavaScript, and it's very flexible and this morning, but over here at the office, I keep hearing like, TypeScript is just Microsoft's version of JavaScript, and it's not worth it. Well, it turns out that TypeScript, this is what I'm saying, that this is of no interest to anybody but me. TypeScript turns out to be
like 3 minutes ago, dude.
TypeScript turns out to be really useful because it has static type definitions, and JavaScript doesn't. So Isn't that useful information for you?
Yeah, I am. So why did my thing go out? Stop it. My camera went out. What's going on?
Dave was doing ventriloquism there. He's talking without moving his face for a second.
He's a magician. He trusts all kinds of stuff. He's very talented.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah. Also, on the nerd front, if you are out there and you're like, I want to write code, but it's too hard, I don't know how to do it. Google has an AI called Gemini, and Gemini is being released for free to add to your Visual Studio Code or your IDE. I think it's like, I don't know, there's some other IDEs out there, but if you want some assistance getting started and learning code, then you can install Visual Studio Code and you can add Google Gemini, their newest AI, and you can get a tremendous amount of help. If you want to mess around with how do I do this? It will literally show you how to do this. So how to start writing code. So there's a foothold for anybody, especially former government employees that may need to find that they need to learn to code.
I heard, I was listening to that and the stories coming in this morning, and finally on the media, they said, somebody, it was a clip, and the guy said, one of the reasons why they are doing this is because we are paying a lot of government salaries to people that don't exist. And we're trying to figure out these.
Some of them are dead, though.
This is a very easy thing. We had this conversation. Dave, how long would it feasibly take you to write down 5 things that you did last week for one job that you do? How long would it take feasibly? Like not joking, like
no, feasibly, it'd probably take me about 20 minutes because I have to make sure that anything I say is not something that can't be shared.
Violating confidence.
No, I don't want you to list. I just want to know, would it take you about like 20 minutes?
It wouldn't take me 20 minutes, but I do know some of the individuals who got those emails. I know several individuals who got those emails, and it's not a 20-minute job to figure out, hey, 5 things that I did. It's, hey, I worked on one project all last week, and let me figure out how to condense that to 5 points. And it's not as straightforward as anybody thinks it is. I mean, you can say, yeah, I went to the bathroom today, I brushed my teeth today, and those kinds of things.
And I'm not even thinking about that, because I was thinking about it like on my end, and I'm like, if I had to list 5 things that I did last week, but if I sent that out to my employees, it would be, I want to know 5 things that you did last week besides the stuff that you were hired to do.
That's the problem. See, it's a very vague question. It doesn't set up parameters. It doesn't tell anybody what you're looking for.
Right.
When you say, what did I do? Yeah, I did my job.
But
I can make that one point.
I think what this whole exercise is, because if you step back and look at it from his standpoint with that information that, oh, maybe there's not this employee. Give me 5 things, Andy, that you did last week. I played music. I answered the phones. I interviewed people. I cleaned the place, and answered. Do what it shouldn't take long.
Well, okay.
It shouldn't, but
the number one purpose of this was to see if there was a human at the other end of that
you did in your job. Just give me something simple that you did last week, JJ. I coded a new app. Okay, sweet. That he answered. He didn't bitch. He answered. Okay.
Now, do we have any way to validate those responses?
Well, when nobody answers, then nobody answered this email. So now there could be.
I set up
maybe
the
it
spam
maybe it
filters
did
on
go to spam. Maybe it went to spam, and you don't check your emails at work ever, or maybe
I can
you
honestly
don't check
say I did not get that email.
Yeah,
I need to check spam.
That's a good
Why would
point.
you get that email, sir? Well, there's no reason why you would get that kind of email. You work for a church, I think.
I do work for a church. I did not get that email.
My spam folder ever. Like ever.
Honestly,
I don't even know where it's at. There it
is.
is.
There's many days I don't even check my email. So
I have nothing in my
the number one purpose of this test email was to find out if anybody if there's even anybody there, because there could be people who they're officially government employees, but
because
it doesn't have to. Dude, you don't tell people the answer to the test.
You're not telling them the answers to the test, because if they don't exist, they're not going to respond to the email. You can do a verification email, send out a verification email. There's already so much stress and pressure on a lot of these individuals that is undue. It's undue. Yeah, because a lot of these individuals are good people doing their jobs the right way, and I will die on that hill. They are doing their jobs the right way, and they unfortunately feel like they're being bullied right now, and that's unfortunate. Like that ticks me off, because
I have to look at it like, unfortunately, they are the good apples that the bad apples were nearby.
I'm right by Fort Knox. Okay, I'm right by Fort Knox. That's the human resource capital for the Army. I'll let you know. But everybody who works there is HR, right?
Right.
And everybody there got that email. Everybody there. Yeah. Those are members from the church that I serve. And they're individuals who are.
So I appreciate that you are empathetic to the plight of the good worker who is stressed out.
Oversimplification is what's going on for a lot of people.
Well,
I think that. Go ahead.
Go on.
No.
Well, I mean, my opinion. How many 100,000 employees are there for the federal government?
There's 2,368,000. I think.
Right.
There's over
millions of federal workers, and for 40 or 50 years, the bureaucrats have entrenched themselves in accumulated power. Bureaucrats have accumulated power and took advantage of the public trust by staying home from COVID and then never going back to work, never getting anything done. And when bad people got into authority positions, bad people, and started weaponizing the government to take down political foes, millions of government workers didn't do dick about it. So I have very little fucking sympathy.
But I think on that same point, there's been a lot of good people that were, I got a good job, I'm going to do this and whatnot. And they were taken advantage of in a program that shouldn't have been there, or it shouldn't have done this or whatnot. And now, since there's been so much corruption everywhere and all this crap, I mean, how do you logically, try to clean out this whole system?
You could oversimplify and say
this, I think.
If you pay taxes, you are guilty of every single bit of corruption that's there because you're supporting it. I mean, you could oversimplify it and do that. And am I complicit in breaking the law?
You are. We are. So we have done terrible things.
So should we be locked up? Should we be locked up?
No.
Are you responsible for genocide?
No.
In any way, shape, or form? Are you responsible for human trafficking in any way, shape, or form?
No. What I'm saying is, like, these government programs and these people that have had jobs because of this crap that's went on for so long, when you try to clean it out, it's not just like you're going to take bleach and pour it over it and clean it in one step. You got to go. It looks to me like you would have to go through a multitude of steps. And this would be one of the first steps, is like, hey, send me 5 things you've done. I don't care if it was opened the filing cabinet, took out a file, closed the filing cabinet, sat down, turned on my computer. That's 5 things you've done. Tell me that. That's all I want in an email.
Let me give you an adjacent example. Okay. We can all agree that human trafficking is wrong, right?
Yes, absolutely.
We can all agree that children should not be enslaved.
No.
How many of you have bought something from Walmart or bought something that was imported from China? If we want to take the exact same approach, then close down Walmart, close down Target, close down every single big box store that relies on Chinese imported. But what does that do to the American economy when you do it?
Right.
And how many jobs did you just close off?
Right. So before you take that giant step to do that, we need to take like 7 steps over here to ensure that when that happens, when we take this step, it's not going to be as detrimental as it would when we just take it first.
Yeah, but the thing about incrementalism is that while you we've got a bunch of corruption, let's scoop a little out at a time. Well, the corrupt individual are going to move around. They're going to shift. They're going to cover. They're going to shred documents. They're going to destroy evidence. They are going to escape. We're not letting that happen. We don't have enough time. There's of a 4-year administration. We now have 3 years and 10 months left. In 1 year and 10 months, there will be another election, and the winds of power may shift. We do not have time to effect a massive change and to root out corruption, root out inefficiency, root out the funneling of billions of dollars.
Then it's always going to fail. It's always going to fail.
No, what do you mean it's always going to fail? How's it always going to fail?
Because you're saying it's going to change every 4 years or every 8 years. And things are always going to cycle around. What I'm
saying is that so what we have is a systemic problem. We have had for 40, 50 years, a system built to fail, built to prop itself up. The only way you can fix this is not a temporary administrative shift in priorities. It is to fundamentally gut and restructure the system so that it cannot do this. And you can't do that if you piddle around and wait and do a little bit at a time. You can't, because what will happen is that adversaries will find a way to block things, stop it, stall it, and preserve the current status quo. What the American people sent Trump to Washington to do is dismantle the status quo, because the status quo is working against the will of the people. So, I mean, you can't take your time and be like, well, we got to really investigate every single case. I'm sorry, we don't have time for that. We don't have.
We say the will of the people.
Yeah.
because of the election results. But you and I both know only half the people who are eligible to vote. I think we got over half the last couple of elections. I think we were up to
That's not
60%.
untrue. That's not
So,
untrue.
so if you say 60% of the voting populace, not the
Sure.
populace, but the voting
Yeah.
populace was able to vote, and we'll say that of that 60%, 60% voted for the president. What you in essence have is a little over 30% of was what you're labeling the will of the people.
Uh, okay. So
It's a scary
I'm
thing to
sure you
say.
don't. I'm sure you don't like that. However, you should have voted, and
I
also,
agree. I agree completely.
and also, you have to check this with some other facts. First of all, Donald Trump's approval rating right now, in the midst of this gutting everything, higher than it's ever been now or in his previous term.
Yeah, I've
And
watched stuff overseas that are reflecting on the way that he's going about this, and like, man, this is like horrific, but dang, it's working. Australia, the news anchor was covering this, and he was talking about how for years America's been, the nice puppy, and now it's like, oh, they're the big dog again.
What was the
And
one country, JJ, that I mentioned to you the other day, last week, that the prime minister, or it was another country, Switzerland? Was it Switzerland that was like, "Hey, Elon, when you get done, I want you to come over here and look at ours." I don't remember what country it was.
yeah,
can you
I
moderate me
mean,
so I can actually read the stuff
yeah,
that's
yeah.
going on?
Sorry.
I
Good
can't see
morning.
squat.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just it's there's not a whole lot of chat, but good morning, do good.
Okay.
Thank you for hanging out with us. He says there's only 2 million employees. He does not think that millions have done their jobs. That's until there is okay. So and back to your point about like, well, it's not the will of everybody. True. The people that are never going to express their will,
Right.
their
You had
opinion
a
doesn't
chance.
matter.
You had a
It does
chance.
not matter. It doesn't. If you're never going to vote and you're not going to express what, or you're ignorant, and I mean that, and not insultingly,
Right.
but like you don't know facts, you don't understand, you don't,
Mhm.
and you don't have a firm opinion. The
And you don't
will of
take the
those
time to
people,
learn them.
yeah.
By the way, that stayed up yesterday. It's
That's
still up.
good job, sir. Good job. And if you want to learn, you can like and subscribe right now to youtube.com/ at internet dads or rumble.com/
YouTube.
internet
Did you
dads.
send me to YouTube?
It's right there. It's right
All
there.
right.
It just happens
That's
to
where
be
Do
right there. I
Good's
can't
watching
point to
us.
the
That's
other one. It's
okay.
easier. So, like, if these people that don't express their will, then their will does not matter. And we know that there are also a cohort that, they have an opinion that's contrary to MAGA, the
Yeah.
America First, whatever. And however, we also know that some of their opinion is self-interest, that they personally benefit financially from the
Sure.
status quo. And I will even say that there are some people on the left or the establishment bloc that really believe that America's purpose in the world is to lift all the other countries. Some of them are misguided, I think. Some of them are evil, I think. So, yeah. Now, the
Some
fact
of them
is
have
that
really pure motives too.
you can have
Even
pure
though they're
motives and be that's okay.
you can have pure motives and have a different opinion.
No, wrong, wrong, wrong. It is wrong for America to influence the rest of the world by sending billions of dollars to prompt through a CIA cutout to prompt up fake organizations to overthrow the populace of other countries to get them to do what
That
we
is
want.
wrong. Yeah.
That is wrong, and that
Mhm.
is the status quo. That's
When you
wrong.
realize that America is all a corporation and a business, and this is what we do, then it will all make sense to you, JJ.
That's why I say, I don't care about the left or the right. I care about the kingdom of God. That's my focus. That is that is what is important to me, because the rest of the stuff, man, it's all going to burn eventually. And
Right.
kingdom of God, that's
Okay.
eyes ahead. Focus. Keep on swimming.
I know Deke's gonna have to leave soon-ish, but I
Yeah,
do have a
I've got an
story
offer
here.
coming in now.
Yeah, he's got an author coming in. I have a story here I want to talk about. Owen Gregorian posted that Texas blames Mexican cartel violence
Mhm.
after a U.S. border rancher in Brownsville, that's like 300 miles south of me, has been killed by an IED. The cartel is putting IEDs in the U.S. side of the border. State government officials blame Mexican cartels for the death of a rancher. A tragic and alarming incident occurred near Brownsville, Texas, where a U.S. citizen and Texas rancher was killed by an improvised explosive device. The shocking act of violence highlights the growing threat posed by cartel activity along our southern border, said the Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller, Republican, in a statement Tuesday afternoon. Miller warned all Texas farmers, ranchers, and agricultural workers who travel to Mexico or work near the border to exercise extreme caution in the coming days. So,
a friend of mine from
actively
Texas
have
told me
cartel.
about that this morning.
Yeah, we actively have cartel. Now, we've had cartel in the United States forever. They're in every major city. They're definitely operate in the U.S. We have cartel, militarized violence, guerrilla warfare happening in the United States of America. Now, what are we going to do about it? What do we do about it? I know we've threatened to go over there and destroy the cartel in Mexico or whatever. We are so far from crossing into Mexico militarily with special forces and destroying the cartel. However, this kind of thing is how you ratchet to there real fast. This is how you get there.
Ratcheting.
Put bombs in Texas and find out, I guess, because this is not good. This is real bad. This is real bad. It's bad for Texas and the people that live there. It's going to be real bad for Mexico because
if they can do it in Texas, there are cartels everywhere.
The cartel is everywhere. They are
just
everywhere.
wait till it happens somewhere else too. I mean, Texas is Texas. Y'all steal chickens and at least ours.
It's not unlikely that some Texas may, try to sort this out ourselves too. I'm not saying we need to. I'd rather not, but
remember the Alamo.
The stars at night are big and bright.
Boom, 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 boom. More booms.
He didn't do it.
No, he didn't.
I know. I think he broke a Texas law. I think we can turn him in.
I'm not going to do it. Also, there's one other story. I have talked before on the show about a place called Colony Ridge. Colony Ridge is a community about 20, 30 miles west of where I'm at right now. It houses 40 to 50,000 residents, and a huge proportion of many of those residents are Hispanic migrants, and a large portion of them are not documented. Federal immigration authorities are conducting a targeted operation on criminals and illegal immigrants in Colony Ridge, said Governor Greg Abbott yesterday. I think Colony Ridge is 30 miles northeast of Houston. Abbott stated the Department of Public Safety troopers and special agents are assisting the federal agents in the operation. The community in Colony Ridge is tense as it awaits further information from Homeland Security. So I think 118 criminals were detained and, rounded up. 118 out of 40,000 people, 118. That's not that many. But those 118 are murderers, definitely murderers, and other violent criminal offenders. Now, some of the residents in the area, look, you got people that have they're conflicted, right? You have good people who are illegal immigrants and shouldn't be here, and they know, or their neighbors are, and their kids go to schools, and a lot of these people in this area are like scared that ICE is going to come scoop them and their kids away too. They're afraid that ICE is. Let me tell you this. This is also evil. Democrats are rampantly repeating the stories that ICE is going to go to school and get your kids. ICE is not going to go to school and get your kids. Many of the school districts have policies that law enforcement is even allowed on the campus without a search warrant or other legal rights to be there. So that is not that. So far, that is not what's happening. So that doesn't mean that the residents of Colony Ridge are not a little bit spooked. And so anyway, so that's happening. The largest, I believe it is the largest community housing illegal immigrants in the United States of America, has been targeted by ICE, Tom Homan, and Governor Abbott. And there may be more operations like this here and in other places. Okay.
Do either of you have an iPhone?
Nope.
Nope.
I saw this yesterday. I know what you're gonna do. Go on.
I was going to try something on your iPhone.
Nope.
NBC News has reported that Apple says a bug caused its iPhone voice to text feature to spit out Trump when a user says the word racist. The company said it's rolling out a fix Tuesday, but the issue has spurred outrage among some who are accusing Apple of political bias.
Dave has an iPad. Dave's going to try it.
iPad. All right, now where are you doing this at?
Voice to text is what it said, but the fix supposedly came out yesterday. If it has auto,
you're not updated yet.
All right.
So
no, I'm not updated yet. So what do I need to say?
Okay, so you literally just say the right. Now what's going to do is it's going to do Trump, and then it's going to delete it and put the word racist in. So you have to be watching, and you cannot screen record it. If you screen record,
voice to text.
Yeah, voice to text.
Voice to text saying what? Give me a sentence.
Racist.
Just the word
Look at
racist.
That racist over there.
Look at that racist over there.
Did it not do it?
How up to date is your iPad?
I have not updated it in over a week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
There's usually an update that comes out on Tuesdays. I'm on the beta.
I'm gonna pull the. Let me pull.
I do have a Mac as well, so let's see if I can. And I'm using the Messenger app, the Messages app, the Apple one. So I'll pull it up and.
Okay.
Let's go with.
Stand by. No, hang on. Well, you pull up your test over there, but I'm gonna pull up a random video on X. I didn't prepare this, so here we go. Check it out, Dave.
All right.
Racist. Racist. Racist.
So what it does is you say racist, it writes Trump, and then it deletes it and puts the word racist. Unless you are you see she has to have a phone pointed at another phone because
hang on, Dave. Hang on. Oh, I don't know how to bring you as the.
I do. I think I do.
The big one.
Here, I have to move him over here. There you go, Dave. You're muted, sir.
Hang on.
Oh my gosh.
He's muted. You're muted, Sorry. Dave. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I know. I got it. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm trying to make sure you're not seeing everybody I'm messaging here.
All right.
Racist.
I didn't do that. So yours works.
Racist. Racist. It was showing Trump a second ago.
It was
He's a racist. He's a racist.
Yeah.
Did it do it a second ago? You said.
Yes.
It did.
How many times?
It's gonna be like, why? 2 or 3 times.
So that's
like, why are you saying racist stuff, Dad?
That's what it is, and that's what I was going to say just a second ago. This is a wonderful little intentional mind control device.
Yeah,
this is Pavlovian right there.
A couple of times.
This is straight up Pavlovian. Okay, if you've got those dogs, in order to get them to salivate by ringing a bell, you're going to have to go through a bunch of steps, and this is one of those steps that they're doing. But you don't do it all the time. You just do it every one. Oh God, did I just see that? Let me do it again. Oh my God, it done it again. Let me try it again. Oh, it's not doing it now. It's not doing it now. It's not doing it now.
No, yeah. No, there's definitely a portion of the population that this will influence. Except, wow. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, it's wild that they try to do this. That means that there is at least one dickhead developer at Apple that did this, but probably more. But this isn't something that got authorized by Apple, but somebody just stuck it in there, and because they thought they're funny.
Oh, this isn't just one dude. Absolutely
well,
not.
Now, I'm saying, if you turn on your screen recorder, it will not do it. So if you can get it to reliably do it without your screen recorder, once you figure it out, when you turn on your screen recorder, it will not. It does not trigger the switch the word Trump for racist when screen recorder is active.
I want to do this one more way.
It won't do it again.
Racist.
I guarantee you.
He's a racist. Racist.
Anyway,
that's not.
That's pretty funny though, Dave. Hey, Deke, do good. If you have an iPhone, try it on your iPhone, sir.
Ridiculous. That's crazy. I got to charge my iPad because I haven't charged it in forever.
I've got some.
Look at this. Look at this guy over here. Do good. 20 miles west of you, 5 miles south. A couple more shows. I can extrapolate where you live. If you go through the 450 other shows, you might see me accidentally put myself on the Google Maps on screen.
JJ accidentally does that sometimes.
Should not have.
All right, get your AI thing ready. You never get to play this. I've got some AI stories for you.
I've got the stories ready to share. If yours not able to.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. You can do it if you want.
AI news.
Beep, bop, boop. This is AI news.
So stupid.
It is dumb.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
It's a joy in the day.
All right, JJ.
Yeah.
I think what you have predicted is coming true. I think the AI robot revolution has begun.
All right.
A video out of China, a disturbing video out of China shows a humanoid robot suddenly stopping and advancing toward attendees in attempting to strike people before security intervened.
Is it doing Rock'em Sock'em robots?
Bitch, what'd you say? What'd you say about my mama? What'd you say about my mother?
Why is it wearing a
sweater? A jelly bean vest?
It's some kind of crazy Japanese festival because there's one here on the stage. See the one on the stage, and then there's another one. There's another one here. See the other ones? Let's dude, leave him alone. Dude, you okay, brother?
I got your back, Mom. I got your back, bro. There are a billion people in China. They do not need robots to help operate a dragon parade.
No. Yeah, that's true.
It's unnecessary.
So that one brought up another one. At the bottom of that had this clip of this other one. I was like, oh, I forgot about this. I don't know if JJ has seen this. Have you seen the robot that they have covered with the artificial muscles and the artificial skin that they have been making?
Yeah, I saw one of them and I was like, well, let's see what you found. Because I saw one and they were like, this is the closest to human, and it looks awful.
This one is like nightmare fuel, dude. Look at this.
Yes, that's what I saw. They were like, where's the headline say on this thing?
It looks like a Rob Liefeld villain, Don't that look like a henchman from Rob Liefeld? That Rob Liefeld
it's just missing pockets.
Yeah, it's just missing, a lot of detail in the muscles and the ribs.
It's got good feet.
I mean, what is going on that thigh?
Hang on, let me see if I can find the. Oh,
yeah.
It's plastic wrapped a robot.
It's Slender Man.
It does look like they plastic.
It's Slender Man.
Robot. Gosh, that is kind of freaky. Okay, so is this triggering? Is this triggering your uncanny valley? Is this the uncanny valley one right here?
Because I'm pretty sure
no. If it had more of a face, then yes, it would be Uncanny Valley, or throw it in clothes. Dude, if that thing had clothes on,
This is one of those. Okay, so we've seen this before where these are using pneumatics to which is kind of cool, but it's not. I don't know if it's strong per se, but I mean it's kind of neat. But you gotta have this thing hooked up to all kinds of pumps and stuff to make it do anything.
Right now, this year we do.
Put it in clothes.
Yeah.
You have any idea how terrifying that thing will be in clothes when it has that mask on?
Here's this video.
Have they got where it can walk around on its own yet? Because it's hanging from a suspension system.
Yeah, this is the one that'll give you nightmares.
Reminds me of like The Cell.
The idea of this being like geared up
and in the rain. They need to put something like that in there to make you feel a little bit better about this. That's freaky.
The idea to me that like, okay, we have a humanoid-ish robot, and now we're going to supplement our troops, and we're going to put this in the unit. And so you have like a squad of 5 guys and this thing, and they're I promise you, the regular soldiers are going to be able to push this thing over and just going to leave it behind.
I want to bring up a
or they'll send it ahead to catch fire.
This is from Westworld.
Yeah.
That was a wild show. Really went downhill, but it was a cool show.
Never watched it.
You know what, guys? I mentioned it the other day. Deke, I know you won't watch a show unless all of the seasons are done. I just got done binging What We Do in the Shadows, which is a FX TV show. It's TVMA, so you cannot watch it around your kids, maybe not your wife, but it. Like every episode has got dick jokes in it, so it's a little it's a little vulgar. However, it is sublime humor. This show is, if you can get yourself past the vulgarity of it, it is the funniest thing. I rarely laugh at TV, and I find myself chuckling at like every single episode. So if you have Hulu, check out What We Do in the Shadows. It's well, the movie if you want to.
If you've got Hulu, then I recommend, because I'm going back through my second watch through of the Orville, and I forgot how great that show is. If you like Star Trek and those types of shows, you need to watch Orville. And I've read that I think they're working on season 4 now. They just started either January or February or filming season 4 because they had problems, and then they had the COVID and then the writers thing. And I never thought that show would come back, but it's funny. It's made me like bust out laughing so many times, but it's good. It's not just a straight comedy. But it's the Orville is the Seth MacFarlane one where he's the head guy. But it's great. It's a I feel
like they had like 2 seasons on not UPN, or maybe it was Fox, maybe, and then they did a 3rd season maybe on Hulu. Is that the way it kind of went?
Yeah, and I think right now there's only 2 seasons on Hulu, because the other 3rd season is somewhere else or whatnot. But seriously, if you like Star Trek and those types of shows and you've never watched the Orville, watch Orville. It's really good. It's funny, but it's really, I liked it.
What are you watching right now, Dave?
So my wife and I did start watching the second Reacher season.
Second?
Second season. I've been trying to read the books to catch up. American Primeval on Netflix. Oh my word, that was so good.
Really?
Yes, it was amazing. It's like a Frontier TV series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've read some stuff about how that's a little. There is some people who claim that it's a little inaccurate.
Oh, sure. It's still a good series.
Okay.
I don't watch movies and TV for accuracy.
Well, I don't. I used to not, but the older I get, the more I am convinced that in 150 years we are going to be able to easily tell stories of falsehoods, and it's not what really happened, and
I think
nobody will ever know.
150
the
years.
biggest people who complained were probably the Mormons, because the Mormons were pretty much trashed in this series. And there were good Mormons, but Brigham Young is a main character, and he's definitely a villain.
All right, I got to run.
All right, Dave. Let's do jokes.
All right. So my son he's a senior this year. He started tennis back up, and I just messaged him a little while ago, and he told me that that's great. Have you ever heard of quiet tennis?
Quiet tennis?
It's a new
I
sport,
have
new
not.
thing. It's pretty much the exact same thing as regular tennis, just without the racket. He told me I had to tell his coaches that one.
All right. Okay, Dave, how about this? Do you know that leather is great for sneaking around? Leather clothes.
Not.
Yeah.
Not.
It's made out of hide.
Nice.
All right. That's what you get today. Bye, everybody.
Do you want
politicians?
Oh, wait, hold on. He wants to do something.
do you
You got
want
another
one
one?
more, since it's such a short
You want
show?
another? Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Let's go.
I've really I have a buddy of mine who always is like, you need a word of the year. You need a word of the year. And we change our words all the time. And so finally, I'm getting ready to change my word again. And my new word is going to be plethora.
Oh.
Yeah, it means a lot to me.
Okay. All right. Dave, I never wanted to believe that my dad was stealing from his job as a road worker.
Yeah. Did you come
But
home
when I
and find
got
all the
home,
signs were there?
all the signs were there.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Essay or a comment, he said no. Watch now, the internet dad show. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
I forgot to push the button, do the thing. Oops.